Hello, hello, my lovely Saggies. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Saggies, you guys have the Mother and the Mirror, the Ocean and the Bridge, the Forest and the Ring. Saggies. The Mother is the idea of clinging to something and finding your identity in it, or trusting that you got from it what you needed and letting it go because you got what you needed from it, right? Because I feel like what you're holding on to is just this fractured idea, this fractured image, this it's like if you let go of a fractured idea and you step back and you look at the whole picture, like what you were holding on to is so, like, maybe it got you to where you needed to be, right? But like I feel like it's just like you got to let go of it, of something, like an idea of something, once you recognize the reality of something. And I just feel like a recognition of reality that forces you to let go of something, so that you can really keep a promise to yourself. Because, you know, the ring is never ending and never beginning. And I feel like, Saggies, it's been in your reads for so long. Like you're meant for greatness, right? Like you are great of your own accord. And you know it, but you just hold on to things that, like, sure, you know, like that's, you do you know what I mean? But I feel like there's just this idea of like you realizing something or seeing something that forces you to like have to let go of an idea that you were holding on to because it just felt safe and comfortable to you. But like in that security, it's like you're not keeping any kind of promises to yourself or to anybody else, right? You're holding on to a fractured idea. And I feel like you have to move in a new direction. Like you have to go, I feel like there's just this, I don't know. I mean, the ocean and the bridge with the forest is just really this idea of like changing locations. You know, like sending location. Like if there's just like you're someplace new. However it plays out for you, you know, like maybe you're actually moving apartments, moving states, moving cities, I don't know, you know, or, you know, like moving jobs or moving, I don't know how it plays out for you, but it feels like this cut that I don't know, it still hurts. And yet I don't know, I just think of a lizard with its tail growing back. Like sometimes you got to cut off your tail, grow back a new one. You know, 3:33 when I looked at the clock. But that's kind of this energy here, you know, like you got trapped under a rock and the only way to go is to cut off your tail. And so you release this part of you that has like given you this sense of identity that like is ultimately holding you back, so that you can move forward toward like what it is that I feel like you promised yourself all along, you know, whatever that is. Saggies. Okay. The World, the Eight of Swords, Strength, the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. Well, yeah, I mean, again, it's just this idea of like, it's funny because I thought about being stuck under a rock and like having to grow back a new tail, but it's like if you don't put this cycle to an end, if you don't face your fears, you're just gonna end up stuck underneath a bunch of rocks. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, like you have to have a lot of strength to like pull that pull yourself to the point where your like tail snaps off. I don't know why, y'all. It just is what it is. But it's like in order to go, like, you have to do this because you know that what it is that you're wanting is like, it's within reach. If only you could just get unstuck from this rock that's on your tail. But it's like, I don't know what to tell you, but you gotta get rid of that tail. Like, I don't know what that means in real life. But there you go. You know, because it's keeping you from your new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. There's newness, there's partnership, there's community, and I feel like it's all so different. You know, but I don't know how to tie in a tail analogy with like you know, those jobs, like a waitressing job, right? A lot of times when you're first waitressing, people are happy that you've never waitressed anywhere before because you haven't been trained in other ways of being, right? Because it's like, once you're trained to like operate within a certain manner, like, you don't always really function well when you have to operate in a different one. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, I feel like this idea of like, you're already trained in another way, that's why you're stuck. And it's like, the only way you can go is, you know, like to completely, like, if it's your gut instinct, natural reaction to do something, I feel like it's just like, do the exact opposite of that. You know what I mean? Until you're comfortable with doing the exact opposite of that, because it's just like, if you don't, then you're stuck in your habits, you're stuck with an old tail under a bunch of rocks. Y'all, that's so funny. I don't know. Okay. The King of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, because I feel like if you hold on to that tail, that's what's going to trip you up, right? You're going to be nervous. You're going to be in your head. You're going to be like, well, I don't know what I'm doing right. And I literally feel like it's just this like old manner of thinking that like keeps holding you back. And there's just this idea of like, release these old habits or stay stuck, you know? And it's just like, I feel like making a decision to move forward, you know, because it's like, okay, well, you can stay under the rocks, going in this direction, and you feeling like, okay, it's time. Saggies. I hope y'all are doing well. The Moon and Justice. Yeah, because like again, if you rely on any of these things that you've relied on in the past, it's just gonna keep you stuck, right? And that means doing something that you are completely unfamiliar with, that it does not feel like you are following in the way you've been trained to operate, you know. And it's just kind of like, but follow the path as it reveals itself to you, and you'll find your justice, you know. But first you got to get rid of that tail. And I don't know what that means. Saggies. The sword, yes, there really is. It's like, whatever that tail is, it's gotta go. We'll do one more, I guess, because I don't understand the vow. I mean, there's just something that you've promised yourself. There's a promise that you've made to yourself. I feel like it's just like this, like, what you're seeking is so far beyond what you've been like involved in. That, I don't know, it's kind of an element, an idea of sacrifice, right? You know, if we want to keep growing, then we have to shed our skin. If we want to keep going and we got stuck under a pile of rocks, we got to lose that tail. You know what I mean? It's just like this, like sacrifice is part of everything that you do. If anything is important to you that like has value, it requires work. And if it requires work, it requires growth and development and change. And that requires the shedding of old versions of ourselves, right? And I feel like that's the message here. Saggies, I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.